Stop comparing civil rights to border policy. None of these protests matter because illegal immigrants are demanding rights that they were never promised. The civil rights movement worked because Black Americans are American citizens. We were born here. We built this country. We were demanding rights that the Constitution had already promised us. It was powerful because it exposed the government mistreating its own people under its own laws. Now, compare that to the No King's Day protests. Illegal immigrants are protesting deportation, but they don't have a legal standing under the Constitution. They're not demanding the rights they're owed. They're protesting the laws they chose to violate. We certainly empathize because it's an unfortunate situation, but just because it's unfortunate does not make it wrong. Citizens have a covenant with their government. Non-citizens do not. This ain't Selma and this ain't Jim Crow. Stop comparing Black history to illegal immigration. And stop throwing up the bat signal because we ain't coming.
Guys, honestly, this whole tension between some Black Americans and some immigrant groups did not just start today. Hey, beautiful people, welcome to my YouTube channel. Thank you for stopping by. So credit goes to the creators in these videos. Guys, these things have layers. They have history. And many people do not know this history and they argue without knowing the full picture. Now, for over 400 years, Black Americans have fought for basic rights. And they feel that many immigrants today have taken those rights for granted, talking about living anywhere, walking freely, drinking from the same water fountain as others, rights to vote. And these rights were not just handed down as gifts. They were earned through blood, sweat, jail time, humiliation, endless protest. And every step forward came with somebody's sacrifice. Now, decades later, millions of immigrants started coming into America. I mean, legally, illegally, seeking asylum, searching for hope. And many of these immigrants entered the country that already had things set down. I mean, voting rights, civil rights, public schools they could attend, neighborhoods they could live in, systems that would not openly segregate them. And I feel that is where the beef started from. Some Black Americans look around and say, oh, come on, you are now benefiting from the rights we fought for. You came into a system that we had to suffer to fix. And to them, it feels like immigrants just walked into a house they built, everything set down. A house that their ancestor, was unalived for. A house filled with history. And instead of them saying thank you, some immigrants act like they built that house themselves, according to Black Americans, guys. And I feel that is where the quiet resentment started from. Guys, let's see what these other creators have to say, and I'll see you soon.
Every incentive that Black Americans made to better ourselves in this country and to put in law, we don't get none of that shit. It goes right to immigrants.
If you think that we get help from the U.S. government when we move here, let me tell you this. We don't get nothing from the U.S. government. Nothing at all. But I'm going to take my time to tell you how we do it. See, when I moved to this country, I was about, 25? I don't know, 25, 26? That's how old I was when I moved to this country. I grew up in Congo, in Kinshasa, okay? I did not grow up poor. Not at all. I grew up in a 4-bedroom house with a dog. We had a chauffeur, a maid, and a gate man. That's how I grew up. I was going to school in a Range Rover. That's how I grew up. I went to private school. I did not grow up poor. Most Africans are not poor. We just have unstable countries. Unstable countries meaning, by the time I got done with college, I had a job. I was working in our family business. Okay, our business was making a minimum of 1K a day. A minimum in Congo, 1K a day. We were living good. Life was nice. We living good. Everything was fine. But we were still in an unstable country. Now, this is how the instability in our countries literally ruins everything. This dude right here becomes president. He was president for 2 terms. After his 2 terms, he decided he wanted to extend for a 3rd term. That's not in the Constitution. Now, his fanatics was fighting to keep him in power because they were getting richer and richer every year. They had no reason to let him go because he was making them richer. You feel me? So these people started a procedure to keep him in power for a 3rd term, and the population was not having it. So this dude right here, to punish the population, literally crashed the economy. Literally. Remember, our store was selling a minimum of 1K a day, okay? We went from 1K a day to zero for weeks, sometimes months. And that happened overnight. That led to people getting angry. That led to violence. That led to a lot of people's lives being destroyed because of violence. All these people in power became brutal. They started targeting the population. They started targeting people that were against them. That's the main reason why a lot of people from Congo left the country, because they were being targeted by the government. You have to leave. If you stay, they're gonna find you and X you. So I found my way out and moved to the US. Now I'm in the US and I have to start from scratch. I literally have nothing. I cannot even get a job because I don't have papers. So first thing to do is go to the immigration office and get papers. That takes about a year just to get papers to work. So I'm just waiting. In the meantime, I'm getting taken care of by people in my community for a whole year because I cannot get a job. You feel that, right? So all that time, all I can do is research, learn, study, understand the country, and prepare. My very first job was a factory job. I worked there for like 3 months. Then I moved to a different company, which was also a factory job. I worked there for like a year. The whole year I was there, I was telling myself, this is not how it's supposed to be, and this is not how it's gonna be. When I left that job, I said no more. So I started looking for jobs that's gonna push me forward. I found another job, then another job, then another job, and before you know, I'm starting to make 6 figures. Just
Guys, so many people have the belief that everything that the Black Americans are supposed to be benefiting are handed over to immigrants. Do you feel so? Because if you flip the coin, right, immigrants don't feel that way. They feel that they are being grateful, because not because they are ungrateful. They feel that they never, most of them never learned the Black American history when they were growing up. Think about it. Immigrants coming from Asia, Middle East, most of the school system did not teach about the US civil rights movement. They didn't learn anything about the Great Migration, Jim Crow, and all of those things. They didn't learn about how hard Black Americans fought to open doors for everyone. So these immigrants were coming with a different mindset. They were coming to survive, send money home, finding a place of safety, chasing opportunities, and building a new life. Guys, that is where the Black Americans are having an issue, because they are saying that you don't know our history and you are coming here on the platter to enjoy everything that we have worked for. You are here benefiting from our struggles. And immigrants are confused and they are looking at them like, what exactly is the struggle? Because I came here with nothing. I'm working 12-hour shift. I didn't come here to steal. I'm just trying to build a better life. And some of them are saying that we were not poor in our country. We came from our country maybe because of, like this guy said, instability, maybe security reasons and all of that. And all those things, guys, is causing a lot of misunderstanding. And both sides are upset for reasons that actually make a lot of sense from their own angle. Let me know your thoughts, guys. What do you think about this silent and very quiet beef? Let me know your thoughts. Let's see what the creators have to say.
I don't know what's the beef with Black American and immigrants, but I'm gonna be honest, some of y'all are just fucking bullies. Some of y'all just want to attack these people just because. I don't even think all of y'all have a real fucking issue with them. You just see it's trending to attack immigrants, so now you want to jump on the bandwagon, okay? Because I just did a back and forth with one last night, and she talking about, well, she fought for them to come here. Baby, I go on her page, she's younger than me. Honey, who did you fight for? You're taking the accomplishments of other Black Americans, weaponizing it against immigrants so you can have this one up. That's absolutely fucking disgusting, okay? I find it hard to believe that all these Black Americans were innocent and never did anything, and all these mean immigrants came for them. Please stop. Some of y'all are just fucking bullies. And it's being shown every day on this app with how y'all even treat each other, okay? I have never been disrespected more in my life than by Black American men and women. I don't know. I don't like it. Whoever don't like what I say or said can kick rocks. But I can almost close my eyes and swear it's a white American talking the way some of these Black Americans speak about immigrants. Ugh.
I honestly can't stop thinking about the diaspora war, which isn't really a war. It's just Black Americans and Africans going back and forth. But I can't stop thinking about it because Black Americans defended Africans with our life. We really did. I mean, despite the African booty scratcher childhood taunt, when they said that y'all sold us into slavery, we defended you. Some of us just outright denied that you did that. We defended you as our people. And then you come here and you talk about us like that? See, we thought that when Africans came here, they were coming here to join our fight and our struggle against white supremacy. We looked at it as, oh, now we have more people, that we're stronger together. Our numbers will be bigger, and so we'll be stronger in this fight. But that's not what y'all was coming here to do. Y'all was coming here to make money. It was about capitalism for y'all. And that's why y'all talked about it so bad and called us lazy and said that, we were squandering the opportunities that were given to us here. When wasn't nothing given to us, everything we got, we fought for. And that's the reason why we fought it for you. That's the reason why you could come here and do it. What was you was doing. But we always, as Black Americans, we put liberation above everything else. We put freedom above everything else. So when you come here and call us lazy, when all we ever do is fight for our freedom, that's where we put our energy into. We don't put our energy into capitalism. We do it insofar as survival is concerned. But the fact of the matter is that these things, a lot of the things that were given to you as an immigrant were kept from us. Scholarships, loans, those type of things. So we were happy for you in getting whatever it is that you was trying to get, but we thought that you was going to be fighting for us with regards to the freedom that we were going to get, liberation, that we're all doing this together. But that's not why you came here. You came here to take. You didn't come here to help Black Americans get freed. You didn't even care about the struggle, which on some hand, I understand. To come from abject poverty, you're trying so desperately to get some footing. So I understand that on some level, but you didn't have to talk down about Black Americans and just refuse to understand our plight. I mean, you didn't have to join in, but you ain't have to go with them against us. It's just so disrespectful.
Guys, and now that many of these immigrants have come, some Black Americans feel that they, instead of siding with them, I mean, they have similar colors, right? Instead of siding with them, Black Americans, they are siding with whites, right? Instead of helping them to, fight and come up against white supremacists, they are siding up, against them and siding up with white people. Guys, what do you think about this? In the comment section, because if you look at each group and each side, guys, at the end of the day, the conflict is coming from missing history, not hatred. I think it comes from pain that was never explained, right? Not disrespected. And it comes from two groups carrying trauma, but, in different ways. Because Black Americans built the foundation of the United States, and immigrants are now part of the structure built on that foundation. Because honestly, a house cannot stand if the foundation and the walls are fighting each other. Guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section, because the beef ends only when the history is understood. Let me know your thoughts, guys. I really want to hear from you. And if you have found value in this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Please stay safe. Mental health is important. Ciao.